and appear before the inquiry investigating allegations into state capture. Now, this morning, the Deputy Chief Justice, that's Raymond Zondo, ordered that a summons be issued for the former president to appear before the State Capture Commission of Inquiry, and that will happen from the 16th to the 20th of November. This comes after Zuma failed to appear before the commission last month, stating that he was busy preparing for his upcoming criminal case. But making argument on the importance Zuma's evidence is, the commission's Paul Pretorius argued that Zuma's reasons not to appear did not suffice for him to come and testify. Zuma's lawyers earlier requested that Zondo recuse himself due to what they called the chairperson's continued bias.
I'm satisfied that a proper case has been made out for an order authorizing that the Secretary of the Commission should sign and issue a summons against Mr. Jacob Zuma, former President of the Republic of South Africa, to appear before the Commission at 10 o'clock on the 16th to the 20th of November 2020 in this venue on each one of those days. Therefore, I'm going to make the following order. The Secretary of the Commission is hereby authorized and directed to sign and issue a summons in terms of Section 3, subsection 1, read with subsection 2 of the Commissions Act 8 of 1947, requiring Mr. Jacob Zuma, former President of the Republic of South Africa, to appear before the Commission.
Meanwhile, former President Jacob Zuma's supporters are indeed marching, and that's happening out in Johannesburg. The protest is related to the State Capture Commission of Inquiry having just issued that summons that we just played for you for the former president to appear before it. Let's cross on over now to Abongile Dumako, who is in Johannesburg following this protest then for us. Abongile, the protest here in light of President Jacob Zuma, he's always had his supporters when it comes to his political situation, and now is no different.
Certainly no different at all, Arabile. From a hot, sizzling Ramfontein here in Johannesburg, hundreds of supporters of the former President Jacob Zuma showing support for the former state president, saying that they're not going to back down on what they call indictment of justice, as President Zuma has now been summoned to come and testify to the state capture. I'm not sure if you can see right behind me, there's quite a lot of leaders who are actually forthcoming to actually show support for former President Jacob Zuma. Among them is Kalne Haskal. Thank you so much for your time. It's been quite a long day for you guys. Why is it so important for you to be here?
It is absolutely critically important for the future of this country, for the survival of democracy and for the justice system. We cannot have our justice system being used in a selective way to target certain people, and in this instance, President Jacob Zuma.
And certainly you've seen hundreds of supporters coming here to show support for the former President Jacob Zuma. Your main message to, say, Deputy Chief Justice Raymond Zondo?
You have failed. You have acted in a biased manner. You have allowed yourself to be used in order to target certain people. You allowed the justice system to be abused. You are not worthy of this position as chair of the commission. Get out, recuse yourself now.
And of course, I heard you speaking earlier on calling for the entire State Capture Commission to be dissolved.
Well, the Deputy Chief Justice is the only commissioner of this commission. He heard all the evidence. He casted that evidence in a prejudiced manner, as I've already explained to you. Therefore, when he goes, this commission must be dissolved. The commission itself, in its entirety, does not address the issue of what state capture is. In fact, the commission in itself is a travesty and an attack tool for certain political objectives.
We are now fast approaching the Constitutional Hill. What's going to happen here?
At Constitutional Hill, we want to meet with the Chief Justice, Mogoeng. He is the person who appointed the Deputy Chief Justice Zondo to this position. We call on him, if the Deputy Chief Justice refuses to recuse himself, to remove the Deputy Chief Justice from this position. He is now, also with the action that he have taken to agree on a subpoena against President Zuma, he is plunging this country into a deep crisis, a political crisis and a constitutional crisis. He has to be removed, and we call on the Deputy Chief Justice to leave and on the Chief Justice as a reasonable and fair man to make sure that he goes.
Colonel, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Well, Arabile, there you have it. Quite a lot of activity that we've seen happen here at Braamfontein and in Joburg. These hundreds of ANC supporters and that of the former President Jacob Zuma, saying that they are now going to call, in fact, they are calling for the entire commission to be dissolved, citing reasons that Deputy Chief Justice has shown some biasness against the former President Jacob Zuma. They have just arrived now at the Constitutional Hill. They are hoping to meet with the Chief Justice Mogoeng so that they can continue that call that DCJ Raymond Zondo must vacate office and actually stop with this State Capture Commission altogether. And of course, just to give you a rep, Arabile, earlier on they were at the chambers in the Johannesburg Metro Council where the State Capture Commission actually takes place. They actually handed over a memorandum of grievances to the Secretariat of the Commission, where they actually have emphasized that Deputy Chief Justice Raymond Zondo must vacate office because of the way he's been treating Jacob Zuma, the former president. That memorandum has been handed over. Now another memorandum is going to be handed over here at the Constitutional Hill, hopefully to Mogoeng, Chief Justice of the country.
Yeah, Abongile Dumako, please listen up to that message indeed. Report back, of course, as we, of course, will continue to give you the latest on that story as it continues reaching Constitution Hill there. Our protesters there in favor of President Jacob Zuma, former president of South Africa, then, of course, out in the Johannesburg region. Let's cross on over to another story now.